this is Dr. Sara Siddiqui, and I'm here to present another Facebook presentation. This is our topic of the month. I'd like to thank the Elwood Public Library for allowing me to present on different topics. And this month's topic is called Building Self-Esteem and Self-Confidence in Children. And we're going to just go over some tips to do that for our kids. So I hope everybody's having a great night, and let's just get started. There we go. Disclosures. I have no disclosures to identify. This discussion is for informational purposes only. Please seek specific information regarding your child with your own healthcare provider. And I'm not representing any specific entity at this time. And today I have an assistant with me, so I thought this would be fun. Hi. All right. So, top 10 ways to boost confidence in children. So building self-esteem and confidence takes time. Parents can help a lot in this, but need to give children a lot of room to learn. And self-confidence and self-esteem starts to develop in infancy and early childhood and continues to grow and change as they grow and go through different parts of childhood and adolescence. And so sometimes and self-confidence, self-esteem is something that kind of ebbs and flows. So there are times when we're very high self-confidence and sometimes when we're very low, and same with self-esteem. Parents can help by modeling certain behaviors and guide ways to increase confidence in their children. And these are just tips as a starting point to start the process or start the communication. And each child is different and experiences are different, and they have different needs as they change. So let's go. So
number 10, show affection early and often.
So early and often. So right in the newborn time, during infancy, there's skin, we call it skin to skin, and that's when the babies are first born. And that really does build that bond between parent and child, so both mom and dad can do skin to skin holding, and even after that, hugging and hand holding and cuddling and singing. These are all things that help our children build confidence and esteem, and then start establishing trust in the relationship. And then also just developing some one-on-one time with your child. And let the child take the lead, or let the child decide on what things they may want to do and talk about and discuss or participate in, and again, show lots of affection.
Number 9, let children make decisions.
So let the kids decide. Obviously, certain things you want to guide them with, but let them make choices and let them make decisions. One of the things that I tell my patients early on, or the parents early on, is that there's a few things that kids are going to be in control of. So that's one of those things is eating, and how much they eat is their choice, but what they eat is your choice. So what you can do is kind of allow them that decision-making capability at the dinner table, for example. So if they like certain things and you want to introduce something new, you give them that choice, and then they can kind of decide how much they'll take and the types of foods that they eat, and also even choices in what clothing they're wearing. Obviously, you want them to, in the cold months, you want them to dress warm, but they should have a say in the specific type of dress or outfit that they're wearing, and even activities that they participate in and things that they're interested in. You want to give them that independence to help to decide, help them to try different things and experience different things, and decide on their own what they want to do. And then you want to keep those lines of communication open. You want to discuss things and talk about things, what they like, what they don't like, but you really want to give them those decision-making capabilities and talk about what each decision may entail, or what types of things that they're enjoying.
Number 8, build resilience.
So building resilience. So this is about making sure that they know how to stand back up if they haven't succeeded in something. You want to make sure that you're being supportive and reassuring. You want to make sure that to incorporate that failure is a part of success, and to really be successful or to experience success, you have to experience some failure, and you want to learn from past mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody says things that they don't mean. Everybody does things that they don't mean. And so you want to learn from those mistakes, and you want to allow the children to develop that resilience and develop that ability to stand back up again. So get back on that bicycle, get back on that skateboard, get back on that tennis court, and get back and play and do the things that you want to do, and don't let failure stop you. And also communication is really, really key. We talk about that throughout, but communication is really important, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number 7, praise for who they are.
So you want to give them lots of feedback and lots of praise and lots of kind of encouragement, but do it for who they are, not what specifically they're doing. So basically the type of person that they are becoming. You want to kind of encourage if they're giving back, donating time, helping a friend, sitting with someone that's alone at the table, looking out for people, speaking up for someone else. These kind of things, praise them for the qualities that they're exhibiting, rather than the specific accomplishment or specific grade or specific, placement that they achieved. And you want to build that, and that's building their self-confidence in themselves, because they have the ability to do that, or to change, or to show you some of the things that they're doing that's within their control. And we were just discussing this too, some chores around the house, just to give them like a sense of pride as to what they're doing and how they're participating in the home. All right, how do we change? Okay, there we go.
Number 6, try not to overpraise.
So we don't want to praise. Lots of praise, lots of affection is very important, but you don't want to praise everything all the time, because then if you're not saying something positive, it may be received as that you didn't like what they just did, because they're so used to hearing you kind of being supportive and encouraging them, which is great. But if you don't do it, it undermines their confidence. So it's not so much that you're not that you should limit the praise, but try to make sure that if you don't give it, that you're spreading out those times, because if they don't hear it, then you don't want that to undermine their self-confidence. And of course, be supportive and make sure that they have pride in what they're doing.
Number 5, maintain a healthy outlook.
So it's really important to make sure that we model this behavior ourselves as well. Try to stay positive. Sometimes as parents, we tend to get anxious or upset about certain things, and it's important that we recognize that. And it's important to also speak to that effect to your children as well, but try to maintain positive thoughts and thinking. Try to be hopeful and model this behavior, because having a healthy outlook and a positive outcome, or an outlook of a positive outcome, always gives hope to your children, and it also increases their confidence and increases their self-esteem, and encourages them to have a more positive outlook as well. And again, discussion and communication is really key to maintaining that communication, so that we know if our children are having a little bit of trouble, that they should discuss it.
Number 4, healthy body, healthy mind.
So again, activity and exercise is always something that's can help with anything. So a healthy mind helps our body, and if you maintain body positivity and maintain activity and exercise and eating healthy, this will all help our outlook, and it'll help our to maintain positivity. It'll help to maintain our growth mindset. So these things are really important. And of course, you want to model the behavior. You want to make sure that you're doing some of the things that help you feel good. And when you feel good, you can help your children to feel good. So increasing fruits and vegetables, drinking lots of water, exercise 20 to 30 minutes every day. These are all very, very beneficial things that will help everybody.
Number 3, building strong relationships with family and friends.
So this is really important, right? So sometimes sibling relationships, parental relationships, relationships with aunts, uncles, grandparents, these are really important to build these strong, different relationships, independent relationships. So there are relationships that you build with parents, and then also relationships that they have independent of you. So grandparents, aunts, uncles, but they should feel comfortable in those relationships and build trusting relationships. Sibling relationships sometimes can be at times difficult. It depends on each child's relationship with each other, and it also depends on the family dynamic as well, and the age differences and birth order. These all impact the relationships that the siblings will have with each other, and even children with their friend groups, that can cause issues with confidence and self-esteem depending on the friend group dynamics. So what you want to do is try to encourage them to resolve their problems, but not try to resolve it for them. You want to make sure that they have the ability to discuss issues with each other, and make sure that they can have that resiliency and that confidence in themselves to be able to find a solution to the problem that they're experiencing. Of course, sometimes as parents, we need to intervene. And if that's the case, you do want to, encourage that your children are also involved in that process, and they know that it's important to maintain that positivity. And you want to discuss all potential outcomes of the scenarios with your child.
Number 2, quality time.
So it's really important to develop that quality time with your child. Spend one-on-one time doing something together. Maybe start a hobby that they're interested in, and you can kind of fit it into you too. If one of your children likes painting and you're not a great painter, take up painting and do it together. Maybe a musical instrument, maybe puzzles, something that you both enjoy doing together, and that really helps to develop strong bonds, nurturing relationships, and also helps to develop confidence in your child. And it also helps to just strengthen that bond between you and the child. And that really helps to build trust and build just a relationship, and that ultimately helps in self-confidence and self-esteem. All right, we're almost at number 1.
Number 1, build a trustworthy environment.
Great, yes. So that's really important. You want to build a foundation of trust the relationship. Make sure that if you do, let's say, say something to encourage your child, promise them something, do something, make sure you're following through on that. Same thing with if you, not necessarily to try to help guide them, or you're kind of, if you're taking away something, you're not just doing it, you're doing it to strengthen their resolve and build that trust. And so you want to follow through in what you're saying and doing. So you want to model the behavior as well. You want to make sure that that communication is there, and that you're talking frequently. And again, all children, they're different, and their needs at each stage can be different. So sometimes what a child needs is different than what a older child or adolescent or almost young adult would need. So it's really important to modify the relationship according to their needs and your needs. So remember to keep the lines of communication open. Confidence and esteem are ever changing and evolving in our children, and it really ebbs and flows like we talked about before. Sometimes it may be low, and sometimes it may be high, and sometimes, it just takes time to kind of come out of a period of time where we have a little bit low self-confidence and low self-esteem. But really discussing and communicating often, showing lots of affection and love, teach that resilience. It's really important to get back up and keep doing what you're doing, and don't lose hope. That's really important. So, any questions? Please let us know if you have any questions, ideas, or comments. Again, I'd like to thank the Elwood Public Library for always allowing me to present on a topic. I hope this was helpful. Please reach out if you have any comments or questions. I'm happy to answer them. And again, thank you very much. And I hope everybody has a great night. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.